Hi, I'm Josh.
And I'm Susie.
And we're the California Dreamcast. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Episode 12 of the Dreamcast. I think it's a good episode, this one, and also a really good song, a favourite amongst the dreamers.
Yeah, it was a good song. It was, I like the film clip to it. It was very 90s.
Oh, we'll get to that, yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
Black and white retro goodness there in that one. Before we rock into this episode, as we are ready to almost say goodbye to season 1.
Yeah.
We have a couple of tweets here. One, our buddy Andrew O'Neill on Twitter, very keen on the idea of making a murderer fan fiction for California Dreams. I don't know what we're going to... Yeah, I don't know if we're going to be able to pull that off, but it's an idea, maybe a one-off episode.
Yeah, I don't know if we're that creative.
Give me time. That's going to take some time to put together. So if we do it, yeah.
Well, we watch enough 48 Hours and Dateline, and I'm sure we could come up with something.
Yeah. We'll come up with something.
We could just adapt one storyline from the other. And
yeah, we just have a 90-second gap after the intro there. And also we got a rad tweet today from @AshWasHere21 who tweeted out, "There's a podcast for this, being California Dreams. Life is complete." So welcome to the madhouse here. Ash was here. Ash was now here on this podcast, at least
that's
in name.
So 90s as well. Like, do you remember, like, people would sign, like, Josh was ear, and they'd spell it E-R-E.
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Your initials and then 4 and then the person you want to be with's initials, you know, or the people's like girlfriends and boyfriends be on trees and stuff etched everywhere around the school.
No, I wasn't that sort of person. It was more like I was here rather than I'm obsessed with this person.
Look at me. All right, so there's our Twitter love out of the way. We should get into the episode we're reviewing this week.
The show. Episode
12 of California Dreams, This Time. Saltus and Taft here, with the help of Dewey and Solomon. They're the crew behind this episode. And we kick it off at Sharky's with Jenny's ex entering, who we haven't met until now. Eric
Cargill.
Eric Suave, with the sleeves, the jacket. Just douchey look.
Douchebag, yeah.
Oh, yeah. To the max. And Tiff thinks that she should be sadder than she actually is.
Jenny should be sadder, yeah.
It's just payback for what Jenny did to her when she was nagging her about her mum a couple of episodes back.
Oh, well, that's only because she cared.
Whenever Jenny gets one up on Tiffany, a couple of episodes later, she turns the tide. It's very cool. Not the Tide Pod. There is no Tide Pod challenge here.
What's that?
That's for sure. We're not total retards. Haven't you seen this? Where people in the States are eating pods that you put in the washing machine or in the dishwasher?
What? That's dangerous, isn't it?
That's this year's internet craze. We've gone way fucking downhill, people. We've gone way downhill.
Maybe it will thin out the population.
Let's hope so. Let's hope
that's
so.
That's horrible. I regretted saying that as soon
Bit
as
of
I
NS
said
there, yeah. So Sly has scored the band a gig, by the way, 200 miles away. So how are they going to get the gear and everything to the venue? Cut to the car hold, and they have a hippie van complete with Partridge Family 8-track and hippie bumper stickers.
I thought 8-tracks were from the 70s.
70s, 80s.
The van's very much 60s
When I saw this, it reminded me of the, those, well, here at least in Adelaide, there's a company that would hire those vans out, like those hippie.
Wicked.
That's it.
And they went under because they.
Ah, really?
Yeah, they put all these unroadworthy cars on the road with backpackers that didn't know how to fix them, and they would get stuck out in the middle of the Australian desert. And I think some of them, they didn't take enough water with them, and
it's a conspiracy. They were just trying to create material for Wolf Creek.
Wolf Creek, yeah. I
3 and 4 and 5. And
one of them had a Wolf Creek experience out there. I don't know. I think it was some issue. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So
Very
they went
good.
under.
Well. Mum tells Jen that the ex is upstairs and Dennis is being a nuisance again. He's gone downhill. All that time he spent getting in my good books, and now he is at the bottom of the pole.
I didn't even notice him. And
yeah, he's around.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So in the kitchen, Jenny's rehearsing what she'll say, and of course, he's behind her. Mr. G is watching him like a hawk. So Eric's trying to talk her into getting back with him. She sees him to the door.
She needs to think about it.
That's right. And then we're moving off to Jenny's room. Matt does the big brother thing, just having a chat. And then as he leaves and she clutches a pillow, we cut to a music video. Very early in the show here, we're getting the song. The music video for this time.
Yeah.
We've covered this before on a recent, on a previous episode, yeah.
It sounds like that Shattered Dreams song.
Shattered dreams, shattered dreams.
The tone and just
Yeah,
the
now
pitch
you
of
meant,
it.
yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
now. Yeah. Because before I was trying to hear it and I'm like, yeah, kind of, but it's, but no, I get it now.
We'll play it side by side here, and people can decide for themselves.
Take the Pepsi challenge.
Yeah.
Take the this time challenge. Yeah.
Now you're giving me nothing but shattered dreams. Feel like I could run away from this empty This time, I think there's a way. This time, don't know why, I think things will change.
Very 90s video here. Black and white. You got the band shots, and then you've got the close-up shots of Jenny where they've squashed the picture in.
Yeah.
Like a widescreen image would look now squashed into 4.3, but it was a 4.3 image ratio. I love a good ratio. Susie knows this.
Aspect ratio.
Aspect ratio. And correct.
He's insane. Like everything has to be in the right aspect ratio.
You're going to stretch your 4.3 video out to widescreen. I'm sorry. I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to squish that son of a bitch back.
He'll spend minutes like just playing around with getting the right ratio.
Especially
of
when
aspect.
when people upload shows onto YouTube and they're out of whack.
I just don't care. Like
Or they're
it
zoomed
doesn't
in.
Bother me. Meh.
Oh.
I call this song in the middle of the episode a songtage, like a montage,
Songtage.
because it's like almost like a montage, but it's a songtage. Is that a word? No.
It is now.
It is now.
As we like to do, create our own dialect here. There's the beautiful panning shot as well that sweeps across the band. There's at one point where it sweeps across Tiffany, and it's such a 90s music video shot. 45-degree kind of turn with that camera. After that, we're to the car hold.
Well, no, after the song, Jenny calls Eric from her.
Oh,
yeah.
right, okay.
And you can sort of assume that they're going to start going out. She's thought about it through the song. The song sort of gives us the feeling that she wants to give it one more time. Like this time might be different.
See, the music video, that was all her imagination as well. I mean, that was a dream. The idea that the episode where Sly and Tiff get together being a dream is not all that far off.
Yeah, that was just a weird episode.
Yeah. Had to be a dream. Anyway, to the car hold. Yeah, Tony's fixing the car. Sly gets a slap and Jenny's been hanging with Eric. They walk in.
And she needs to miss practice to help Eric run his lines because he's in the the stage spectacular Phantom of the Opera.
He is a thespian. Yes.
I actually saw Phantom of the Opera for the first time on TV the other day. It's really horrible. It was just, I couldn't even sit through 2 minutes of it.
You love a musical.
Yeah, but it's like I didn't realize it was an opera as well, and I don't like operas. Like the woman at the start of Phantom of the Opera holds a severed head in her hand. One of those big opera chicks holding it. I don't know. I couldn't sit through it. It was terrible. Yeah.
What do you think about opera, Phantom at the Opera? Give us a call. 133353.
I guess it's called Phantom of the Opera, so you would assume that there is opera involved, but I didn't realise. I thought it was just about some half-faced man hiding under the...
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we're at Sharky's,
Yep.
and Jen's running the lines with Eric.
And naturally, there's a kiss
There's a
in the
kiss.
script.
Ooh.
Got to have one of those here.
It's pretty good, huh? I wrote it.
And straight to Matt.
Oh, man. He's a snake.
Sly's Barboom. Tony's Googamoo.
We've only heard that like once.
We'll hear it a lot more. And Matt's got his, oh, man. We could do some like cool T-shirts. If there was ever California Dreams shirts at Hot Topic, you could just have all those slogans. You could have, oh, man. You could have Barboom. Googamoo.
It's a little bit nichey for Hot Topic, I think. I don't know.
They sell New Japan Pro Wrestling T-shirts at Hot Topic in America. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but that's quite popular, so.
Well, it is now, yes. Going to New Japan in 2 weeks here in Adelaide. Can't wait. Taking Father Ted, a.k.a. the old man. Oh, it's going to be a good show.
Yeah.
That's going to be great. I reckon you can probably head over to Butts in Seats podcast or Wrestle Radio Australia in a few weeks for a review of that. Plug. So we're in Matt's room. The band is rehearsing on Love Is Not Like This, which
That
I love.
horrible song that they were all like goth.
No,
rocking.
because even you admitted later on.
Oh yeah, it wasn't too bad, but it was just
You heard part of the song at the end of the podcast once it was released, and I played that song to you again, and you were like, "No, it is better without
looking at them.
looking at them jumping up and down like a bunch of goobers in that
Yeah.
scene," which I can say because the characters were being goobers at that time. Sly has a 26 red shirt on here again, oozing 90s.
Yeah. And Jen enters on cloud 9.
She was on ecstasy here, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, she was
She's
just
dropped
in
some
love.
pure MDMA right here. Hugging everybody. You could just see that as well, that Sly would actually, if she was going to be on pills, that Sly would be her dealer.
I could see that. Yeah,
He's got a little side business going.
it's an
Yeah, oh,
Italian
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past him. So the folks come up and they want the band to stop. They're just sick of the noise tonight. Dennis is being a nuisance again.
And then you get this array of sounds.
Oh, the feedbacking from all these. Where did all these speakers come from? There's PA.
which sounded like the beginning of the Pink Floyd song "Time." Is it "Time"?
It sounded like my worst nightmare. Is what it
It was
sounded like.
the beginning of one of Pink Floyd's songs has that clock. Oh, the clocks.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what it reminded me of.
Which terrorized you as a kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
truly frightening.
Down, down, down.
It is a scary song when you're like 8 or 9 years old and
Or when you're really high.
that
That,
wouldn't know
yeah.
that, but
Well, trust me on that. So the feedbacking is just amazing. Like, you're like, to every piece of equipment here, there's 2 speakers, it seems. 2 of those little 2-in-1 things. You pick up for like $50 at the music store.
50 bucks.
$50. Well, Jenny takes off. Matt follows her in to her room. She gets a scolding here.
She's being consumed with Eric and she decides she's not going to the gig.
No. She taking the night off.
She's going to his to Eric's cast party
Yes.
for Phantom of the Opera.
I think Dave Grohl has proven everybody that if you can break your leg and then go right back out on stage and complete a tour and this and that, then you can do it. Heck, I've done that. That was the worst when at that gig.
What?
With the band. Remember, we went to the Gold Coast and then I got really sick. And then we came back and that night I had to play, or the next night I had to play the gig at that pub on Hindley Street. And I was so sick. Like I was definitely sick. I should not have been out in public, let alone
at World's
attempting
End,
to play.
Yeah.
So then I've playing drum. I never called myself a drummer because I was not good. I call myself somebody who taught themselves how to play enough drums to get by. So
you're good.
No, well, that's the reality of it. But I was like, all right, shit, I'll do it because, you know, without the drummer, they're pretty much screwed, right? There's a guitar, a bass, and a singer kind of need drums. So I said, all right, I'll do it. About halfway through the gig, the kick pedal breaks. And so I had no kick drum for the last 20 minutes of the set. And yeah, I'm trying to play the kick parts on like the lowest tom I've got. And it was just brutal. It was a really bad night. And that's when I called it quits.
On the band.
No more for me. And then became more obsessed with podcasting. And now you have the Dreamcast. So yay. But no, since I do have this new piece of gear to record, I want to get a really cheap guitar. Like a cheap electric guitar, like $50, like a cheap guitar, and just teach myself how to play bits and pieces and just have fun with it. Okay. And also because I want our daughter to have a guitar in the house, like a musical instrument.
I was planning on piano or keyboard or something, because once you learn piano, you can sort of go on to other instruments.
Now to the kitchen, and the band is ready to drive to the gig, but Tiff doesn't want to do it without Jenny, and she isn't willing to give up on it.
Give up? If Columbus had given up, he would have never discovered America. If Einstein had given up, we wouldn't know that E equals MC squared. And if Dorothy had given up, she'd still be living in Oz. She'd have a Munchkin husband, Munchkin kids, and poor Toto would be eating Munchkin milk bones.
Okay, I'll talk to her.
Only if you want to.
And after this, we go to Sharky's.
The cast party.
Yep, and the band tries to convince her to leave. Not necessarily leave Eric, but leave the party so they can play the gig, because they don't want to play without her. Because we need those keyboard parts.
Yeah.
And who's going to sing this time? We got a video for this now. It's been promoted. People want to hear it live, you know. Even if it has been in a dream, people have seen this video.
And I find Eric's being really controlling, and
it's all about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Douche right here.
No, he's such a
Johnny
jerk.
Douchebag.
Yeah.
Johnny Douchebag, we're going to call him now. And Matt and Jenny do the whole thing here, the whole comical sitcom.
They won't talk to one another, so they
tell this person what I'm saying, even though I'm 2 feet away from them and they can hear me clear as day. So they do that whole thing. Jenny realizes eventually that Eric's being a selfish wanker, so she calls it quits and she bails. And then we're off to the car hold. Time to load up the van.
Yep.
Load up the hippie van. Bust out that 8-track. Come on, everybody, get happy. We're going to the gig.
And, Jen enters and tells the band that she broke up with Eric. And
some good acting here. The way that she kept speaking then after she kind of like stopped crying and she's gathering herself, I thought was very
realistic.
Believable. It was very much believable. Unlike, say, for instance, again, Lynch reference, Twin Peaks, where Bobby he sees the photo of Laura on the desk in the sheriff's department and he's crying.
That's so...
But there's no tears. Like, it's one of those Twin Peaks things where people cry, but there's no tears.
Yeah,
and I don't think it's the acting. I think it's this weird thing that's done on purpose, but I don't know what it is. It's got to play into something. It's because it's everybody. It's not just, one or two people are bad actors. It is...
In Lynch world?
And Dana Ashbrook's a good actor, but just in Twin Peaks, I've noticed.
Yeah, I think it's...
bizarre. What was that? We're hearing this like weird tapping where it sounds like it's coming from the ceiling. It's probably next door, but it sounded like it was coming from somewhere else. Yeah.
Oh, last week he was like banging on the wall at 10 o'clock at night, you'd fallen asleep. I'd just woken up after falling asleep on the couch, as I do. So I got that black phone thing over there and I just bashed it against the brick.
I don't think that's an antique, that thing. Jesus.
It doesn't work. It needs to be
we have an old school black rotary phone sitting on our side desk here in the
Gathering
lounge.
dust.
Gathering dust, but I'll tell you what, there's no way I'm ever getting rid of that.
Freaking solid though, because
Jeez.
he stopped after I bashed it against the wall. It was 10 o'clock at night and he was like hammering against. It was so loud. I'm surprised he didn't wake up.
I probably would have yelled, "Shut the fuck up."
Yeah, I did yell at first and then, yeah.
So Tony's on and on about Sly being a dope because he's bought this hunk of junk here.
Yeah.
Which actually earlier when they were Tony was kind of fixing the car, I don't know if something gave him a shock, but
Well,
he put his hand in there and he's wrenching something and then it's just
yeah, he told him not to start it because
right.
Yeah.
Okay, that whole thing.
I think his hand got caught in one of the belts or something. I don't know.
Like the classic Al Bundy when he says something and then Kelly's like, "Okay, Daddy," and then mishears him and, puts him in a cast. Yeah. All right. So, and Tony's wearing purple jeans here, which I thought was pretty cool as well. He's got a very purplish thing here, but a weird, like a lighter shade of purple, like
Lavender.
I don't know. Lavender. You just wanted me to drop that soundbite. Lavender.
Lilac. I don't know.
No, that doesn't. Oh, I thought I smelled lilac. Yes, there are a few of those too. And today we have a selection of wines from the Tuscany region.
Tuscany.
Seinfeld's van! Seinfeld's van! This wasn't Seinfeld's van. No. This was Janis Joplin's van, I think, that they found. Jenny rides shotgun. Sly's pissed about that. They pile in, and as they back out, Jenny's kind of looking backwards, which is kind of weird because she's looking backwards. She's doing that thing of being retrospective, in a kind of metaphoric sort of way as far as her body language and the way that she's looking back.
But the car's reversing.
So
she's actually looking forward.
Yeah, which is kind of a nice little juxtaposition here.
But she's looking all like, melancholy and...
Exactly. She's looking back but moving forward at the same time here.
It's a metaphor.
See, you didn't think California Dreams could get that deep, did you? No.
No.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it was a good show.
Did you take any information on who Mr. Johnny Douchebag, a.k.a. Eric, is?
No.
No, you didn't look him up? All right,
no.
let's quickly...
And I don't have my phone to Google anything.
Let's quickly do that. Eric, California Dreams. Dun, 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 dun.
He was probably in Young and the Restless or something. Had that look about him.
Yeah, I could totally see that. Okay, we found info here on Michael Aaron, who played Eric Cardinal here in this episode. He was in a movie called Fallen in 1998. It was in Star Trek: The Next Generation. I think one episode or a couple of it. Yeah, we're not Trekkies here. Mm-hmm. And a few movies here and there.
B grades.
Not exactly blockbusters, no. There we go. That was a bit late. I thought we were going to unlock a treasure trove here of information, but
maybe
no, not much.
His guest star in California Dreams really set the tone for his...
Hey, what are you implying there, Susanna?
No, because he's a douchebag in the show, so he... people would see that and go, "Oh, I don't really like him," because of the character.
Ah, well, there we go. Michael Aaron, Johnny Douchebag, a.k.a. Eric Cardinal. Well, I'm glad because the idea was that if there's California Dreams fans out there, at least there's a show, a podcast for you guys to dig. And thanks to @AshWasHere21 getting that tweet, that's made my day. Brilliant. So, yeah. Big thanks to you for that. Let's take it home, yeah?
Yep.
All right. So that's it for this one. We have one more episode for season 1.
Yeah. Thank God. I feel like we've been doing this forever.
And what a way to go out with an episode pretty much focused on our mate Dennis the Menace. Susie,
Oh, God.
you are in for a hell ride. Buckle up.
No.
But we have a great song. We have one of the best songs in California Dreams lore in that episode. So that is something to really look forward to. Castles on Quicksand. Yeah,
Haven't we heard that one before?
beautiful song. I think there was portions of it, yeah. I think that
Yeah.
was in the episode where they went from venue to venue. Double date. Double date. We just love saying double date here. I think it's got to mention every episode since episode 4. So yeah, and if you want to hear those previous episodes that we have done, please do check us out either on iTunes or your favorite podcast app. Just search California Dreams. Chances are we will be in there. And as well, our page, californiadreamcast.libsyn.com. That's if you still like using a browser, you can hit us up there. Twitter at Cal Dreamscast, Facebook at California Dreamcast, Instagram at California Dreamcast, and you can email us californiadreamcast@gmail.com. And yeah, please do share the show around and let people like Ash Was Here 21, fans of the show, let them know this is a thing. We're going to keep treading on after
Yeah, we'll do as many shows as we can, depending on
when little one comes.
when she wants to arrive. But we've got about 7 weeks to go. So.
Yeah, we may have to hold off on season 2 because what I really don't want to do is start doing season 2 for you guys and then all of a sudden we have to take a huge break. I'd love to be able to just kick straight into season 2 when we do. We'll work it out.
See how it goes.
We've got Crocodile 2 with Heidi Leonard. We've got that coming up very soon.
We could do that instead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, we will be. That's a promise. That is happening. Being transparent and letting you guys know, just in case we disappear for a while and you're going, what the hell? That was quick. They didn't last long. Well, no, there's just a sabbatical that we may have to take here. But no, we'll be back next week for the final ep of season 1. And until then, I'm Josh.
And I'm Susie.
Stay stout. This is an ArmorPod production. Send all production inquiries to armorpod@gmail.com.